on Saturday, and obviously Coach Graham was real thrilled and pleased with the overall product.
Oh yeah, as an offense, we were all watching the good and bad, and we had to see what we were doing wrong. We just weren't executing how we wanted to, how coaches want us to execute. And I feel like today, Coach challenged us, the offense, to come out there and compete, and I feel like we did that today.
Do you think there were growing pains going through that first live full scrimmage?
Just really learning. You got new quarterbacks out there, and everybody just has to get used to the field, and just getting their game. Shake the jitters off and getting their game. So. Like I said, we weren't on the same page, and today Coach challenged us, and I feel like we executed and we responded how he wanted us to respond. So all we can do is just move forward now.
Can you just tell us what happened on that deep ball to Lynn?
Oh man, that was just a great play on him, and I was actually supposed to throw it to another guy, but he made an awesome play, and that's what type of player he is, and he does stuff like that. So that's all we ask.
He said that a lot of it had to do with chemistry, knowing how you throw it, etc. How do you think your chemistry is developed with these young wide receivers?
Oh, it's development. It's just going to take time, and that's why you got to get those guys together and throw on your own time, and just learn everything about those guys, because that's really important, especially when you're doing scrimmages and games too. So I feel like it's growing, but it's going to take time. So it's not going to happen overnight.
How much different? What specifically was different today than Saturday?
We had an urgency today. We had a sense of urgency, and I feel like we wanted to execute. We wanted to win.
Man.
Yep, the defense they've been coming out very, very hard, and we just wanted to prove that we're not going to back down. We can make plays, and that's what we did.
Is it difficult to sort of start at square one and more difficult than you expected?
I mean, it can be, but you can't let that get to your head. You just got to keep a positive outlook to it and just keep moving forward. Like I said, you're going to make mistakes, and that's just one thing you have to do. You just got to make mistakes so you can, not make those mistakes again. So it's been difficult, but I feel like I've been learning and taking it all in, and that's what you got to do.
Hinshaw made the comment that you sort of move up in the pocket, and that's something he's really getting on you for.
Yeah.
Is that just something you do sort of subconsciously that you have to kill off, or how does that work?
I feel like once the offense just clicks to me, and everything just gets the game slows down some, I'll stop moving up in the pocket. It's usually what happens when you're not certain of where you're going with the ball or stuff like that. But that's a thing that I need to work on, and I've been working on it.
What's been your biggest challenge as far as learning the position and growing into the role here?
I'd say really that, just moving up in the pocket too much, just being quicker on reads and just seeing it and executing it.
Do you expect a light bulb moment, or do they happen sort of one at a time slowly? Or do you think it just sort of all happens at once where you sort of figure things out?
With what? The offense?
With the offense.
Oh, it's going to take time, most definitely. I mean, it's starting to click, and you can see improvement. And the offense, we were out there having fun today, and it starts with the quarterback. The quarterback has to know what he has to do with his job and what is expected. So I feel like it starts with the quarterback, and it's just not going to click overnight. It's going to take practice, and repetition. So I feel like it'll take some time.
How much better did today feel than Saturday, I guess?
I felt great.
Yeah.
I felt great. Like I said, we had a sense of urgency, and we were ready to go out there and execute. And once we executed, that's what happened.
Coach Hinshaw said there's some times where maybe you read everything perfectly. A lineman missed a block, or I think on a pull he said one time, a guard wasn't where he was supposed to be. But at the same time, he said, next level, once we clean everything up, is also getting guys to how do you make something good out of something bad, even when the guard maybe does miss it. How do you still read it and make something good?
He emphasizes that a lot. Don't make a bad play worse. So we take pride in that and just try to make stuff happen. I mean, things are gonna not always go right. Linemen, they might miss a block, or we might miss a pass. So we just always have to be on our game and pick the other guys up if they do miss a block or run the wrong route or anything like that. You can't get down on them. You just gotta throw that in the trash can and just keep moving forward.
Do you feel like your game kind of isn't perfectly suited for scrimmages where you're it's not fully live for you quarterbacks, so you're not able to show everything you got?
I mean, it can be sometimes because if a guy's coming off the the edge of the line and and you're booting out of the pocket and he reaches 2 hands up and taps you, I mean, that's a tackle, that's a sack. So I mean, it's kind of different, but it's still teaching quarterbacks how to get the ball out of their hands and just execute.
Terry, you and Gunner seem to have different styles. Maybe you're a little bit more mobile. I mean, is it hard to both run the same offense but bring different styles to it?
No, I think we're doing a good job. I can't really speak on that.
Thanks.
If I could